Just a reminder before today's programme that if you haven't seen it, you can check out the previous instalment of the Ident Review Extra, where we took a look at the rather strange birth night. And now, here on AMTV, time for the latest instalment of the Ident Review Extra, and this time, you're doing time, kid. Hello, and welcome to the Ident Review Extra, the spin-off show that takes a look at one individual ident each episode and gives it the review it deserves. Today we continue our marathon through the BBC2 idents of the 1990s.
One-third of the young men in Britain will have a criminal record by the time they're 30. Growing areas of the country live in fear of juvenile crime. Increasing numbers of young people end up in institutions like this.
Today on our BBC2 journey, we take a look at another special ident that debuted on the channel in 1993. Beginning mid-May, for 4 weeks, BBC2 broadcast a special season of programmes, all under the Crime and Punishment title. And like many special seasons previously, with this one came a brand new ident to represent and reflect said season and its programming. So with that, let's take a good look at Crime and Punishment.
A chance to see a famous television barrister making his first appearance now on BBC2 in A Play for Today, originally shown in 1975. And who better to introduce him than his creator?
It could be argued that this is quite a dark ident for the BBC in general. I mean, the BBC, when it comes to any on-screen branding, always tends to play it safe in terms of both its themes and also what it chooses to depict. I believe this goes completely against that belief. We are presented with a stark jail cell, the moving light casting a shadow of the familiar 2 symbol, with the bars of a prison cell across it. They managed to work in the aqua blue colour tones the 2 is known for, just take a look at the bed. But I think what really sells us on the creepiness of this ident is the music. Just have another listen. Honestly, that goes right through me every time. I think it incorporates some elements of the soundtrack we hear in Silk, only now more twisted and skewed to something more horrific. But it's only apt that it fits this sequence. Prison is something that's twisted and often conditions can be just as horrific, so the score really sells us this view alongside this decrepit cell. My main criticism is that I think they could have gone further with it, but BBC bosses probably decided that this was quite far enough. Now, thanks to the folks at TV Arc, there is another short ident that was broadcast during the Crime and Punishment season, so we'll give that a quick look. Apologies for the poor audio in advance.
Now, from BBC2's Crime and Punishment season, Shaw Taylor hosts an entire evening dedicated to cops on the box.
Not as striking as the main ident, but definitely fitting of the theme. Seeing this footage makes me wonder if there were more special idents that were broadcast during the Crime and Punishment season. But I tell you what, if there were, they're doing a good job of hiding. From the available resources and research, this is the only example I could find of an alternative ident for Crime and Punishment.
The final feature film in the Crime and Punishment season, now on BBC2, is A Touch of Evil. Orson Welles wrote, directed and stars with Charlton Heston, Janet Leigh, Marlene Dietrich and Zsa Zsa Gabor in a story of police corruption and murder.
Unlike some of the recent special idents we've looked at, Crime and Punishment didn't just stick around for one night only. It was broadcast here and there for 4 weeks, coming to an end in June of 1993, and surprisingly, at least at the time of this recording, was never used again. With the amount of crime-based programming the BBC shows in general, whether that be dramas or documentaries, it's a marvel that this never got brought back into use. Major missed opportunity if you ask me. But sometimes, history works in mysterious ways. And maybe one day, if this kind of 2 ever comes back into regular broadcast, maybe we'll get to see an updated, and maybe even more creepy version than this spooky original. And so we've come to the end, but before we go, the final words from our broadcaster. That was the Ident Review Extra. We hope you enjoyed, and that you tune in next time. Keep an eye on the Community tab and the Sunday catch-up for further news about this programme, as well as others here on AMTV. But, until next time, have a good week, and we hope that you'll join us again soon. Good night.